In a world that constantly encourages us to share more, it's important to remember that true strength lies in knowing what to keep to yourself. Peaceful individuals often have a quiet strength, an inner calm that comes from discretion. The Stoics, wise thinkers of ancient times, understood that what we reveal can empower us, but it can also expose us to vulnerabilities. As we age, especially between the ages of 50 and 75, life teaches us that not everything needs to be shared. Privacy isn't about secrecy, it's about maintaining control, dignity, and inner peace, especially in a time when personal details are more public than ever. Mastering the art of discretion is not just a skill, it's a virtue. In this video, we will explore 8 things you should never share with anyone, based on timeless Stoic principles. These insights will help you safeguard your peace, protect your reputation, and navigate life with quiet confidence. It's not about isolation, it's about strength, self-respect, and knowing when silence speaks louder than words. So, before you reveal your next personal thought, ask yourself, does this serve my well-being, or am I giving away a piece of my power? Let's dive in and uncover the wisdom of keeping certain things private. Point 1. Age, more than just a number. Age is often one of the first questions people ask when meeting someone new. It's a common icebreaker in casual conversations, but behind that simple question lies a deeper reality. In American culture, age can be more than just a number, it can become a label that others use to define your abilities, relevance, and even your future. Society tends to place immense value on youth, often reducing people to mere numbers, especially as we get older. However, the Stoics believe that age should not define us. Ageism, though subtle and sometimes unintentional, is a real issue that affects many people as they reach their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Once others know your age, they might start treating you differently, offering unsolicited advice, assuming you are less capable, or worse, viewing you through a lens of decline rather than experience. This is where the importance of keeping your age private comes in. Why should you keep your age to yourself? First, it allows you to break free from societal expectations. When people know how many years you've lived, they might assume you should behave or think in a certain way, limiting your potential and stifling your creativity. As we grow older, it's essential to remember that life is not about the number of years we've lived, but how we choose to live in the present. By keeping your age private, you avoid unnecessary assumptions and free yourself from judgments about what you should or shouldn't be doing at this stage of life. It's not about hiding the truth, but rather about protecting your dignity and maintaining your autonomy. Instead of focusing on the time that has passed, focus on what remains to be done and the experiences yet to be lived. The Stoics remind us that death is inevitable, but how we live is entirely within our control. Whether you are 55, 65, or 75, your energy, passions, and contributions should define you, not the number of years behind you. When you keep your age private, you allow others to see you for the wisdom, strength, and presence you bring to the world, rather than a number on a timeline. In the end, it's not about secrecy, it's about living your life on your own terms and guarding the power that comes with your experience and knowledge. Age doesn't define your value, your actions and how you live each moment do. Point 2. Money, the importance of financial privacy. Money is an unavoidable part of life. It's something that we all need to manage, whether we're building wealth, saving for retirement, or simply trying to stay afloat. By the time we reach our 50s and beyond, our financial situation may be well established, or we may still be working toward financial security. Regardless of where we stand, it's clear that money is not just about numbers, it's about how it influences our lives, relationships, and sense of self-worth. One of the key reasons to keep your financial matters private is the way people perceive you based on your wealth, or lack thereof. In American society, there's often a tendency to equate financial success with personal success. If you're wealthy, others may see you not as a person, but as a resource. Friends and family might expect favors, loans, or financial support, and while generosity is a noble trait, it can turn into an obligation when assumed. This can breed resentment and change the nature of relationships, transforming them from genuine connections into transactional ones. On the other hand, revealing financial struggles can lead to judgment or pity. In a culture that often associates material wealth with success, others may assume that financial difficulties are a result of poor choices or failure. This can affect your dignity and the way others view you. The Stoics remind us that wealth is not defined by the amount of money we have, but by our ability to be content with what we have. True wealth lies in self-sufficiency and the peace of mind that comes with knowing that your happiness isn't tied to material possessions. When you keep your financial situation private, you preserve your dignity and autonomy. You no longer have to navigate expectations or pressures from others based on how much you earn or save. Financial privacy allows you to live freely, without worrying about others imposing their beliefs or desires onto you. The less others know about your wealth, the more control you have over your choices, your contributions, and how you live your life. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Whether you have much or little, keeping your financial matters private is a powerful way to maintain your integrity and protect your peace of mind. Let your wealth, or lack thereof, be your own business, and avoid the unnecessary burdens that come with publicizing your finances. Point 3. Family secrets, the sanctuary of home. Family is both our greatest source of strength and, at times, our greatest challenge. The relationships we have with our parents, children, siblings, and extended family members are woven together with love, sacrifice, and, inevitably, moments of tension. Every family has its secrets, its misunderstandings, and its untold stories. But one of the most valuable lessons in maintaining strong family ties is knowing that not everything needs to be shared with the outside world. In American culture, it can be tempting to talk openly about personal issues, especially when emotions are running high. But the wise understand that family matters are often best kept within the sanctuary of home. Why should family secrets remain private? Because when personal conflicts or family disagreements are shared with others, it opens the door to judgment, gossip, and outside interference. People who aren't part of your family's history or dynamics may offer opinions, but they don't have the full picture. Their perspective can easily distort the truth and create unnecessary tension. When we air family problems to the public, what could have been a private matter becomes a public spectacle. The wounds that might have healed with time are reopened, and relationships are damaged by external opinions. The Stoic philosophers understood that while we can't control the words or actions of others, we can control how we respond. In the case of family, silence is often the wisest path. Instead of speaking too freely about internal conflicts, it's better to address them directly within the family and handle them with discretion. As we grow older, we might reflect on past mistakes, unresolved tensions, or moments of regret. However, keeping family matters private honors the sanctity of your relationships. By protecting the privacy of your family, you create an environment where healing is possible, where misunderstandings can be resolved quietly, and where relationships can evolve without the weight of outside judgment. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or suppressing emotions. It simply means dealing with them in a way that preserves the dignity of each family member. In a world that thrives on oversharing, the greatest act of wisdom may be knowing when to remain silent. Honor your family by preserving its privacy, safeguarding its trust, and allowing relationships to grow stronger in the quiet space of understanding and respect. Point 4. Health and medications, the power of privacy. Health is one of life's greatest equalizers. No matter how strong, successful, or wise we become, we are all subject to the natural wear and tear of time. By the time we reach our 50s and beyond, managing health becomes a priority for many of us. Whether dealing with chronic conditions, managing medications, or undergoing treatments, health often takes center stage in our daily lives. However, the details of our personal medical history are best kept private. Why should we keep our health matters to ourselves? The moment we share personal details about our health, especially concerning chronic illnesses or medications, people may begin to view us through the lens of our ailments rather than our full selves. Conversations that once revolved around our experiences, wisdom, and insights may shift toward discussions about symptoms, treatments, or our well-being. While others' intentions may be kind, this shift can be limiting, as we are reduced to our conditions rather than being seen as complete individuals. Moreover, sharing too much about health often invites unsolicited advice, especially from people who may not be qualified to offer medical guidance. Friends, family, or acquaintances may suggest alternative remedies, extreme diets, or unproven treatments. While their suggestions may come from a place of care, they can also be overwhelming, misleading, or even dangerous. In a world where everyone seems to have an opinion on the right way to manage health, maintaining privacy helps you protect your peace and avoid unnecessary pressure. The Stoics remind us that external circumstances, including our health, are not always within our control. However, how we respond to these challenges is within our power. Strength is not found in lamenting our burdens, but in carrying them with dignity. When we keep our health matters private, we maintain control over our narrative. We decide how we wish to be seen, not through the lens of someone else's concern or judgment, but as a person with resilience, strength, and dignity. This does not mean we should suffer in silence or avoid seeking help. Confiding in trusted loved ones and consulting with professionals is essential. However, broadcasting our health struggles to a wider audience often does more harm than good. Protecting the privacy of our health allows us to live without the judgment or pity that may come with publicizing personal details. Your health is yours to manage, guard it, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Point 5. Sexuality, intimacy is sacred. Sexuality is one of the most profound aspects of human existence, and in American culture, it is often discussed openly. While there's nothing wrong with open conversations about relationships or intimacy, it's important to remember that some aspects of our romantic lives are deeply personal and should be treated as such. Intimacy is not just about physical connection, it's about trust, vulnerability, and emotional depth. As we age, intimacy evolves, and it becomes even more meaningful, shaped by shared experiences and a deeper understanding of one another. However, as we grow older, there is a societal tendency to sensationalize or stigmatize the intimate lives of older adults. In a world where public discussions about sexuality can sometimes go too far, discretion becomes essential. The Stoics teach us that what is sacred should be guarded. Intimacy is a deeply personal matter, and when it's shared too freely, it becomes subject to judgment, misinterpretation, and even ridicule. What is a beautiful, intimate connection between two people can quickly become reduced to gossip or speculation when exposed to the opinions of others. Sharing too many details about your romantic or sexual life can invite unwanted scrutiny. People impose their beliefs and biases on the intimate details of others' lives, reducing something meaningful into mere entertainment or judgment. By keeping your sexual life private, you maintain respect for yourself and your partner. The bond that exists between two people in an intimate relationship is something special that should not be compromised by outside opinions or intrusive questions. Additionally, as we age, our desires and needs may change. While the importance of dignity and discretion remains constant, being too open about changes in your intimate life can result in unnecessary scrutiny. Instead of maintaining the private nature of your sexual relationship, revealing too much may make it a topic of public conversation, undermining the trust and understanding you share with your partner. The Stoics remind us that wisdom lies in restraint and strength is found in silence. Intimacy thrives in privacy, and when kept sacred, it can bring greater joy, understanding, and connection between partners. Let your intimate life be a source of fulfillment, not a spectacle. By protecting your privacy, you preserve the dignity and respect of your relationship, allowing it to flourish in the quiet trust that makes it truly meaningful. Point 6. Charity, the quiet power of giving. Charity is often seen as one of the highest virtues in American culture. Whether it's donating time, money, or resources, giving is a powerful way to show compassion and support for others. However, in a world where public recognition is frequently mistaken for genuine goodness, the true essence of charity can sometimes get lost. The Stoics remind us that true generosity needs no audience. The most meaningful acts of kindness are those that are done quietly, without seeking any reward or acknowledgement. Why should charity be kept private? When we announce our charitable actions, we risk shifting the focus from helping others to seeking validation. Publicizing our donations or volunteer efforts often turns the act of giving into a performance, making it less about the recipients and more about how others perceive us. By keeping our charity private, we allow the good we do to speak for itself without the need for applause or recognition. It's not about being seen as generous, it's about giving because it is the right thing to do. In American society, where people often seek praise for their generosity, keeping charity private preserves its purity. The Stoics teach that when we give, it should be without any expectation of reciprocation or acknowledgement. A benefit is rendered worthless by the expectation of gratitude, Seneca warned. When charity is tied to recognition, it loses its nobility and becomes more about ego than altruism. Giving quietly allows us to maintain our integrity and focus on the true purpose of charity, helping others, not seeking praise for ourselves. Moreover, keeping charity private also protects the dignity of those we help. Not everyone wants their struggles to be publicized. Many people value their independence and privacy, and revealing their personal hardships can rob them of their self-respect. By giving discreetly, we respect the privacy and dignity of the recipients, allowing them to maintain their sense of self-worth. The most powerful acts of kindness are often the ones that go unnoticed, lifting others up without diminishing them. True prosperity does not come from wealth, fame, or recognition. It comes from using what we have, whether it's time, resources, or energy, to improve the lives of others in a way that is free from the need for validation. Let your generosity reflect your character, not your desire to be seen, and you will find that the act of giving is its own reward. Point 7. Honor, protecting your reputation. Honor is not something you can demand or force upon others. It is something that you earn over time through your actions, integrity, and discipline. In American culture, honor and reputation are often closely tied to achievements and success. From career milestones to personal accomplishments, we often feel the urge to announce our victories to the world. However, the Stoic philosophers caution us that true honor requires no proclamation. It is built on actions, not words, and it shines brightest when it remains steady and unshaken by external validation. In a society that constantly seeks recognition, it's easy to fall into the trap of sharing our successes to remind others of what we have done. The more we seek external validation, the more we risk weakening the very respect we hope to preserve. Constantly speaking about our accomplishments can lead to unintended consequences. It might invite envy, breed resentment, or make others feel inadequate. A person who frequently boasts about their achievements risks being seen as arrogant, rather than honorable. The Stoics taught that honor is like a flame, it burns brightest when it is protected from the winds of self-promotion. It does not need to be advertised or defended. Honor is something that grows quietly over time, nurtured by consistent actions that reflect a person's character, values, and principles. When you are truly honorable, others will recognize your worth without you needing to remind them. The more you seek recognition, the more fragile your honor becomes, as it is based on the approval of others rather than a solid foundation of integrity. By keeping your accomplishments and victories private, you protect your dignity and maintain the respect of those around you. You allow others to see you for who you truly are, not just for the things you've done. Your actions, not your words, will define your reputation. True honor comes from living a life of integrity and consistently doing what is right, even when no one is watching. The Stoic philosopher Seneca warned against seeking admiration, as it shows insecurity and a lack of inner strength. Honor is not a performance, it is a way of being. When you live with quiet grace and humility, your reputation will speak for itself. Protect your honor by avoiding the temptation to boast or seek validation. In doing so, you preserve the true essence of what it means to be honorable. Point 8. Insults, letting go of past hurts. Insults, slights, and moments of humiliation are inevitable parts of life. No one walks through the world unscathed. Whether it's a harsh comment from a colleague, a judgmental remark from a friend, or a deliberate insult from someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart, we all experience these moments of emotional pain. In American culture, where people often wear their feelings on their sleeves, it can be tempting to dwell on past hurts and to share these painful experiences with others. However, the Stoics remind us that true strength lies in letting go of these insults and not allowing them to define us. The more we revisit past insults, the more power we give them over our lives. Every time we retell a painful story, we reopen the wound, keeping the hurt fresh and affecting our peace of mind. In a culture that thrives on sympathy and external validation, it's easy to seek comfort from others by sharing our emotional scars. But while people may offer sympathy, it does little to heal the wound. Only we have the power to release the pain and move forward. Holding on to these past offenses only keeps us chained to the actions of others, preventing us from living freely in the present. The Stoics taught that clinging to insults only deepens our suffering. Every time we revisit past hurts, we give those who wronged us power over our emotional state. It's as if we are choosing to let those moments of disrespect continue to control us. The reality is that those who insult us are often projecting their own issues, insecurities, and frustrations. Their words say more about them than they do about us. By choosing not to take their insults personally, we free ourselves from their negative influence. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is not about excusing the wrongs of others, it's about freeing ourselves from the burden of carrying the pain. It's about choosing to move on, recognizing that the past no longer has control over our present. When we share our hurts, we are not releasing them, we are holding on to them. True strength comes from letting go and reclaiming our power, choosing not to be defined by the negative words of others. In the end, we have the choice to let go of the past and heal, or to hold on to the pain and carry it with us. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it means choosing peace over bitterness, freedom over resentment, and strength over weakness. The Stoics understood that silence is not weakness, it is power. Protect your peace by letting go of the past and allowing yourself to heal in the present. Conclusion: the power of silence and discretion. In a world that constantly encourages us to share more, it's important to remember that true strength comes from knowing when to keep things to ourselves. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that privacy is not about secrecy, but about protecting our peace, dignity, and personal power. The 8 areas we've discussed: age, money, family, health, intimacy, charity, honor, and insults, highlight the importance of discretion in safeguarding what truly matters in our lives. In American culture, where sharing is often seen as a virtue, it's easy to forget that some things are better left unsaid. Keeping certain aspects of our lives private allows us to avoid unnecessary judgment, pressure, and vulnerability. It's about choosing to live on our terms, not through the expectations of others. True wisdom lies in restraint, and by embracing silence, we can protect our inner strength and live with greater purpose. So, before revealing something personal, ask yourself, does this serve your well-being, or are you giving away a piece of your power? By following these Stoic principles, we can cultivate a life of peace, respect, and resilience, where our actions speak louder than words.